Losers bracket. Okay, BananaH against Team Ultralisk. So, just a couple of seconds ago, we had Ultralisk in in the commentator seat together with me, talking a bit about the winner bracket final. So, if you missed that, you can hear him give some analysis on what's going on there. Now he is playing himself. Now he's going up against Team BananaH, who apparently have to play with a sub today too. And Ultralisk, he said he wants to make sure that this is not going to be a 5-mapper. He is hoping that he can finish this one out a bit faster than that. Question is, of course, always if you meant by inting hard and losing the game quickly, or if they are going to win it. But whoever advances is, of course, still gonna stay in the lower bracket, has a chance to reach the grand final, and the loser will be eliminated and take 4th place in the tournament. Now, Medivh banned out against Ultralisk. We have Hoga as our first pick for Lopaka here. And whoa, Sergeant, Hammer, and Genji. No hesitation. Towers of Doom is the map, and the two of them just locked it in right away. And yeah, kinda crazy. Okay. Yeah, I am personally interested how they're gonna perform here. If they can dominate this, if they're gonna struggle, if it's the blue team that advances. We've seen so many curveballs thrown in the round robin in particular. Actually, no. Round robin was surprising, a lot of the results that we saw here at the RavenCourt, but what probably was more surprising is that a lot of the teams that did well in the round robin and placed very highly in the standings then started to struggle massively once that the bracket phase started. Now, also a bit of a caveat, of course, just as a side note, we still have the rules in play. There's no pre-bans or anything, so we're not going full meta madness with this, but heroes that have been played cannot be played again in the same series. So you will only see Genji on this map and then none other in this best of 5, so kind of keep that in mind a little bit. They are banning Hanzo too, which means that Hanzo is also available for Nano technically later. Chromie won't, so Morena's picking that. Also robs Nano from one of the characters that he oftentimes is trying to play himself. And yeah, let's see what we're getting on the red team side now. Damage is definitely locked in. I mean, so that's not going to be a question anymore. When it comes to this particular draft pattern, by the way, to heroes not being available more than once, keep in mind that as the series progresses, it usually also means that you can't focus as heavily on macro anymore. Because in game number 2, game number 3, after game number 2 and game number 3, most of the global heroes are gone that would empower macro play. Now, in this case, Sylvanas hasn't been picked. She's usually very early chosen and picked in game number 1. But we have the Haka, for example, for Darkmog, so that means that one of the globals will at least be removed after this. Brightwing 2. There's Sylvana, so she's also gone. And with Lucio, you have somebody that empowers quick rotations. Lots of heroes that would empower macro game won't be available anymore. There's always a couple of niche heroes that you can try to push into, but generally speaking, if you want to go for macro approach with your team and your composition, you have to do that in the first 2 games, maybe 3, and then you're starting to run out of options very quickly on that and have to focus a bit more on team fighting. But, well, game number 1, stage is set. Death Knight is the final pick. We get Muradin as our main tank, so it's literally hammer time. It's gonna rain down from all ends, and with that we're heading into game number 1, Ultralisk against BananaH. Game 1, Team BananaH on the left side. We got Hazorps on Sylvanas, BananaH on Chromie, Morenas is playing Lucio, Lopaka, Hoga, and we got Uki on Jojo. On the right side of the map, Team Ultralisk with the captain on Genji. We got Death Knight on Muradin, Kelvin with Brightwing, Darkmog with the Haka, and Nano is playing Sergeant Hammer. Okay, let's go. Ultralisk and his team. Again, they want to make it here. They want to break through and move on to the next round of the tournament. Now, initially, they placed very nicely into the winner bracket also for the bracket phase. And then things unfortunately went a bit south and they lost in the winner bracket semi-final. That's the reason why we currently see them here. Going up, of course, against a strong opponent. But yeah, I'm kind of eager to see which team is now going to take it here. We're very eager to see who is going to be able to win this one. Sylvana's actually falling first. Damn, that's a bit unfortunate for the blue team to lose her that quickly. Now, one of the problems that we are getting is that both teams have very good push and pressure compositions in regards to Sergeant Hammer sieging up on a lane, Sylvanas helping out by disabling some structures. So there's a lot of potential that they have, but after Sylvanas fell, Hazops literally first blood, they now also lost at the top Hogger, and that is a bit unfortunate. Kind of unlikely. So, very interested to see how they're gonna turn this one around. I mean, again, it's Towers of Doom, it's early in the game. You really need that late game, mid game domination where you want to start scaling hard and then take control of the map, maybe convert a couple of bell towers over. So just losing a few heroes in the early game is not really preventing you from making any of this happen, but it's not, of course, a great sign when it goes on. We talked to Ultralisk a bit in the game before, and he also said that most of the time, or most teams, if you have the experience, you can just shake this off. You're not going to get too much affected by it. Nano with Sergeant Hammer at the bottom of the map, he's also still waiting for his mobility on level 7, so there's still, yeah, there's still some time for both of the teams to put their stamp on the game. But we now have, after the overwhelming affliction, the unstable poison taken all the way at the top. Darkmog still going up against Lopaka here. Darkmog with that side lane pressure. I'm actually curious to see if we're getting Illidan again. Illidan has been played a few times by him. Going back to the roots there, to the old alpha days, and would be awesome to just see him there once more. The Illidan games are always super fun. Win or lose doesn't really matter, but it's always insanely entertaining. Now, down here we have a Death Knight still doing well, went on level 1 here into the Dwarf block, and we also have him with Bronzebeard Rage Blade on level 13 since he just went into the Reverberation as his level 4 talent. But the triple altar phase is coming up, so the first objective is in. We got a 40-0 earlier, so a team went full in A on this. But yeah, up at the top, easy channel, same, actually quite. Lopaka is getting harassed by Ultralisk, and down here they're trying to fight for the third. Stormbolt, zoning Stormbolt. Not quite on target, zoned him away a little bit. Nano is still alright and can tap the fountain, and Genji is just annoying the hell out of Hogger, forcing Hazops to react and help out at the top. That leaves us also with Darkmog joining the fight at the bottom of the map, coming in, looking for that drag, and easy well, wait, what? Alright, he didn't connect the tongue. Damn, Lucio with the plays here. The Stormbolt connected on Chromie, so they were hoping to follow up on that, but couldn't. And Chromie is doing good damage here, but now with level 7 in their hands, the red team has mobility, thanks to Hover Siege mode for Nano. And that is going to make the zone control down here a lot easier. Now Chromie will of course be the one that is going to try and deal with Sergeant Hammer as best as possible. But yeah, shots are now fired at the top left. The altar in the middle hasn't been channeled yet. The drag hits. Nice. Forces also the trade from Johanna. And if Muradin hits that Stormbolt, and he does, we could get a kill. Uki is gone. The main tank eliminated. The shots have indeed been fired against Team BananaH. And it doesn't seem like they're gonna get that counter kill. Oh, instead, no. Instead, it's Lucio that falls. Absolutely on point from Muradin. He hits the Stormbolt, then they're following up on it, and yeah, that was big. That's 4 kills to 0 now. Can even invade on the camp now. But damn, that was quite the turn there. Now, maybe they can get a kill here. They're trying. Kelvin, yes! Brightwing gets lit up, but they get the counter kill on Chromie. To make matters worse, Sylvanas gets killed too. It seems like the blue team can currently not get a break. They finally are able to lock in a kill, and then they lose immediately ground afterwards. It's a 2-for-1 trade in favor of the opponent. 3 pumpkins connect, the bell tower is already getting damaged, and Sergeant Hammer is of course still there, enjoying a good time. And they're taking Jojo down. Oh, that snowball is getting crazy. Now Hammer had to head back at least, but they're still taking that bell tower, so fully converted over. And yeah, this is looking pretty strong. So there we are. Level 10 is in. That gives us the Napalm Strike. We also get the X Strike. A lot of strikes. And we're going into the next altar phase, which I guess thankfully for the blue team is only a single one. To be fair, they could still interrupt, and they will at least once. Yeah, Jojo comes in with a flashlight, says quickly high. And at the top, they're also guarding this. Isolation connects. They go for Hogger. And, well, can they kill him? No, he makes it out. Close call, but I guess Brightwing is dead again. Yeah, Fruit Fly. Liability. Always has been. Screw... Yeah, and Darkmog is dead too. So, they're losing a couple of heroes there, but of course this also means that nobody can defend at the bottom of the map, but we now have Pumpkins coming in, and Chromie is low. They want her, can't quite get her, or can they? It's not enough damage, is it? Oh, it is! Bye, fake dragon. Of course, they get something out of it. They get the top conversion. But again, if you're thinking about what was just accomplished at the bottom of the map, they killed Chromie and they got a few of the pumpkins through, then this matters a bit more here. So now it's 36 against 24. Sylvanas was a big asset at the top that they could use, but now they have to, like, each team is going to try and retake if they can. Well, Sergeant Hammer is still attempting to defend the bot lane. And there's also pumpkin camps that can be picked up. If they have an opportunity there, they're going to go for that. But yeah, as is, the blue team is kind of interested to get this one. I want to make sure that you grab at least this one here. Top side, still double. Dehaka is coming in just as Hogger makes his approach. Blessed Shield, Aus, kind of missed, I believe. Not sure. There's the Tong, that didn't miss, and that's the end of Jojo. Jojo is dead, so is, well, yeah, so is Sergeant Hammer. But they lose too many hit points on too many of their damage dealers. Both Harzops and BananaH have to retreat, so they have to yield the position again. And there's more pumpkins now coming in. So more extra value that you can have with that, and I believe that they should be able to claim all three. Yes, the shots are in. That puts the core down to 21 points, so Ultralisk's team taking the lead here. They're doing well with this, at least early on. 13 is in for them. Sergeant Hammer could channel on the right before she makes her way over to the left in an attempt to get even the second altar. Just interrupts happening. Dehaka is actually the one that goes for it, and instead Hammer is trying to retake the bell tower. But the shots are, as expected, fired and exchanged, 4 on each side, with the blue team's core now dropping down to 17 points. So they're retaking the top. Blue team hadn't had an opportunity yet to go down to the bottom of the map and retake their own bell tower, so they're starting to fall behind here. Mirrodin, the pumpkins get stolen. It's not enough. You're trading a set of pumpkins for a bell tower. Mom and Dad, I'm not going to be proud of that. You gotta put a little more effort in if you want to have an attaboy from them. So 9 kills to 4. 13 available on both sides now. Chromie is trying to take the bell tower back, but it's not happening just yet, because Nano is now back to business and is right at it, starting to defend here. They're still hoping to, of course, catch a few of the targets, and as long as Chromie gets close enough to unleash her abilities, they will eventually reclaim it. But they're a bit pinned down. They're definitely a bit pinned down, and Dehaka is using the time that he's getting at the top to get another pumpkin cap. So yeah, he's moving in for that too. In the middle, I mean, Genji was there for just a moment. We had Wailing Arrow attempt by Sylvanas, but they couldn't really get enough here. And this makes the next objective a bit awkward. So blue team is really interested to reclaim the bottom left bell tower right now. And they're going to get it. If that wasn't the case, they would have a big problem with the next objective. And now Hogger at the top still gets attacked. Nice dodge by Lopaka. Not getting hit by the Tong either. But is a bit low. And has to... Oh, Blessed Shield. Nice. Death Knight. Yeah, Brightwing comes in and there's the Avatar. A lot of tools now used against BananaH. We have also the kill. Yes, Lucio is dead. Couldn't use his ult, by the way. Could not use his ult. They get Chromie. That's 2 alters for sure that the red team is now gonna get. But yeah, sound barrier was not triggered, was interrupted by Murden, so no chance. Lucio died first, and that's another 8 shots fired. We're talking single digits on the core now. Single digits on the core of Team BananaH, and we have Sergeant Hammer back where the Sergeant belongs, right at the front lines. Taking down another bell tower. Well, it's the same one actually. Just taking it down again. Yeah, and they get it with ease. More and more pressure against the blue team. Of course, another point is also the fact that level 16 talents are already in. Now, they're trying to retake the top again, and I think... boys, you gotta be careful. If those pumpkins make it in, we're talking 6 points on the core. That's... you should kind of avoid that. The boss is still up, altars, there's a triple altar phase coming in. So, yeah, I don't see this ending well if they cannot finally win some fights. And you know what? They might even lose another hero because Lopaka is dead. Uses his ult and still dies. So this is a 5 versus 4, 12 kills to 4. And while Genji and Dehaka are attacking the middle, they're now down here just guarding. Next altar phase, it honestly should end the game. Unless there's a bit of a miracle happening for Team BananaH now, it's going to be extremely tough. What they need is, they need somebody to screw up on the side of Team Ultralisk and int hard. Then I think they might be able to leverage a 4 versus 5. But at this point... yeah, well, maybe. Death Knight, hello, Murden, Avatar's out. They're forcing the fight again. They shut it down early. No chance to win that fight now for the blue team. They lose Chromie again. Harzops is dead too. They threw everything against Murden in the hopes to get the kill there and be able to, yeah, just buy themselves a little bit more time. But it didn't happen. And now 2 of their heroes are down. The altars are all up. And the only thing that Team Ultralisk do is move in and claim them. Murden is already down at the bottom of the map. The dwarf is channeling, so that's going to be a freebie. And up at the top right, Genji is doing the same thing. This is a game, and the lead for Team Ultralisk in this best of 5 series at the RavenCourt, the final phase, the playoffs here in the losers bracket. GG.
Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV.
Ultralisk Pass, game number 2. So, second map has been chosen. It's another big map. We have BananaH's team defeated in game number 1. It was honestly a very straightforward affair here, if we're just gonna be honest for a second, because that was dominant victory. Yeah, no, I feel like it was a dominant victory. There were a couple of moments where it seemed okay, maybe they can bring it back. They took the bell tower at the top, had one of the fights. But just generally speaking, Ultralisk's team just looking better there. So they chose the map. It's first pick, first ban, obviously, for Team BananaH. But now we have Ultralisk in the lead in the series, the best of 5. Heroes that were played cannot be played again. And when we're talking about Ultralisk Pass, Nubarak of course comes immediately to mind, can cheese the objective. We still have Falstad available. Medivh gets banned again. It's actually kind of funny to me that they are targeting Medivh this heavily against Ultralisk. Normally when you see teams targeting him, it's Karrigan and of course Maiev, who to be fair has also been banned. So yeah, they definitely have a few heroes that they want to get rid of right away. When we talk about globals and about macro, which I mentioned a bit earlier, there's one thing that I should still point out. I touched upon it in the first game, but Darkmock obviously also plays Illidan. And that is a pick that you can go for if you want to play a bit more on a global side, if you want to go for the hunt. But there's a Nubarak, so that doesn't really come as a big surprise given the map. Again, he can cheese the objective. You just simply have to go to the camp, spawn a couple of beetles, distract the grunts and start channeling. I mean, teams are very aware of this by now. I think Masquerade was the first one to really start this in tournaments. But now teams usually guard that and have somebody around. Lopaka picking Hanzo this early also means that Nano can't get him. So they valued Ultralisk's Li Ming over picking Hanzo up here. But Nano would of course have loved to play this one. So Nano, when we're talking about his pool, he's very heavily focusing on Hanzo and also on Chromie, and he wasn't able to play either since game number 1 Chromie was already taken away. And they got Hanzo. Falstad gets banned, so another potential global that could be eliminated there. With the Nubarak on the red team side, I am really interested what their side laner is going to be, because Urel would pair nicely with that. That's just one option that you could go for. But I'm... It's going to be interesting to see how aggressive they're going to be with this now. What's going to be the follow-up when Nubarak starts diving, for example. So, yeah. And then Darkmork. Is he side laning? Are they going to go triple front line and get another melee assassin in? So that's always the big one for him. How they are utilizing his skills. And, well, Li Ming, we got Rhaegar, okay. It was actually kind of interesting also because we talked a bit about Li Ming, and a lot of people against Sergeant Hammer in particular going Seeker, and Ultralisk doesn't like it too much either. It's also like, yeah, you lose too much in team fights, and we had multiple examples now where Li Ming with Seeker on 7 kind of struggled in team fights where it was clear that Calamity would give you resets and then more kills. But yeah, it's always of course a bit of an argument there. Nano with Cassia. And our final 2 picks for Team BananaH. Now, to make sure they're not losing control over the series completely, a win on Alderac Pass would really be big for them. They have a triple front line now with a tons of stuns here. That leaves Lopaka as the only range damage dealer. But of course, Imperius himself is also packing a punch and can really get damage onto the board. But they have a lot of stuns with this one. I mean, tons of stuns on CC. Pretty much every single hero that they have in the lineup right now. That leaves us with Darkmork, and given the fact that they don't have a side laner yet, we know which role he's going to play, so there's not going to be an Illidan pick for him on Alderac. Now let's go. Game number 2! The draft was cut short a bit because Muradin was already played, so it seemed to be a mispick. Muradin was called right away. He's like, guys, he was already played, you can't pick him. Uki said like, oops, my bad. Varian instead. And that left us with the final pick for Team Ultralisk, which turned out to be Rexa. So, no problem here. Every now and then that happens, but since we were already at the end of the draft, we didn't redraft the entire thing, and people just arranged it through chat. So we have Uki on Varian, we get BananaH on Anduin, so it is the father and son duo united together with Hazops on Blaze. We have Morenas playing Imperius, and Lopaka on Hanzo. As on the right side of the map, it's Ultralisk on Li Ming, Cassia played by Nano, Death Knight on Nubarak, Rexa played by Darmok, and Rhaegar by Kelvin. Stacks for Nano on level 1, so he's stacking it up with Thunderstroke. And yeah, this is still immediate dive there too. And they are trying for Death Knight to punish him, and indeed they do. So it is first blood against Team Ultralisk, Team BananaH. They are claiming the first one. Well done. Obviously, we get the Beatles, the Legion is in, and I would assume that Ultralisk, given the conversation that we had earlier when he was co-casting, is going straight into Calamity on level 7. Anything else would be a bit shocking there. Jet propulsion from Hazu missing, so he's side laning it now. And Morenas is going up against Darkmork's Rexa up at the top. Some stacks coming in for Cassia in the meantime, as the teams are starting to focus onto their camps on the side. But yeah, let's go. Bottom of the map, Anduin. Anduin and Varian again united. Pleb Horse on the other hand. Banana, you are testing my patience. You can't just go for the poverty horse always. You have to at some point just succumb to the epicness that is the unique epic lizard. Very rare, very unique, very epic. Or at least so Blizzard says. But yeah. So, bit push in the middle of the map. Camps are obviously here. Same time, we now have everybody all so up at the top. Again, early game, guys. Like, nothing crazy is happening. We don't really have a whole lot of roaming going on where teams are trying to get quick kills. Now that Taunt is in, this might change. But at least for the first 2 minutes, it was as standard as it could possibly get. With the exception of, because this one move to the bottom of the map, but Death Knight then overextended slightly and died. They couldn't get the kill. They themselves suffered. Now Taunt is out. And yep, there we go. Lopaka and Hazu, they're just sitting, well, middle? Now that level 4 is in, I'm really just looking towards Varian the entire time. And see who is going to taunt next. They're backed up by his son. I want to talk shit about the two of them right now, but I'm honestly a little bit too lazy. So I let their plays speak for them. Down to the bot lane though, they are trying to trap. And now that Uki is here, if Nano moves out a little bit too much, then he is going to become minced meat. But yeah, he's still fine. I like that nobody's really making any big plays here whenever they don't have vision, so each of them is just sitting tight, sitting behind the wall if need be, and it's just playing it slow. Death Knight over here, just double checking what's happening with the camp. We still have the goblins or whatever, what are these gnolls taken. But it is a very slow-paced second game, at least up to this point. But we're talking objective. I mean, again, you know the drill. Usually it's taken for the first time or attacked for the first time between level 7 and level 10. Sometimes it's really delayed. But right now we're looking at level 7 any moment now. Anubara could cheese it slightly. I guess you could also send Misha and an extend in there and have some fun with that. Victory rushes in. The Desperate Prayer. And yeah. Anduin is known for that. Anduin is always desperately praying for God to make him a bit more brave. To not make him such a coward in fight so that he can finally use the sword. Please, dear God, help me to learn how to handle the sword so I can be useful. No. Double kill for the blue team, guys. I like it. After game number 1 didn't really go their way, all of a sudden they're turning it, and they're not only doing this by getting a few kills, but with Rhaegar getting Hanzo. This is 3 kills in the last fight and 4 in total. That's momentum on the map. That gives them an objective, very likely. So things are looking up. I was a bit skeptical after game number 1. But this is a very nice start into the second game, and a tie in the series would go a long way for them. Anduin, you see, this is why praying doesn't help. So Anduin is just sitting there, and he gets killed immediately. Again, useless in the fight, gets attacked, and he's just like, ugh. And they're getting a counter kill too. So the objective, yes, it has been taken, but it's not going to do a whole lot for the blue team. They're going to lose. Oh god, they're losing him too. Damn. Just as I thought, okay, they're bringing it back a little bit, we have them lose 3. Now, the death timers are low, but it doesn't change the fact that we're now going to get the cavalry pushing, and yeah, they will defend this fairly easily. Some walls, some gates might be destroyed. No forts though. So, we'll see. In the middle... yeah, we have a 5-man back, so Imperius and also Varian are now back. But since this is the first objective, it didn't scale too hard yet. This can be defended without losing too much now. The grounding rod is here too. And the top cavalry is already being taken out. And in comes the rest of the red team, about to hit level 10. So the blue team just slightly behind, but you still don't want to run into an opponent that gets level 10 just in your face. So yeah, gotta be super careful with that. Now over on the right side, we have the next camp taken. We get the delivery system with the Wrath of Vangirius. We got Light Bomb. So Light Bomb is now up, and honestly, if you're going about Light Bomb engage, there's not really that many heroes that are just crazy good on this now. I guess you can try and pair it off with Hazops' Jet Propulsion, can pair it off also with Varian, but normally we're seeing heroes that have a bit more of a reach when we're talking about it. Cassie hasn't made a choice yet either. I guess technically you could go Valkyrie. I would still expect the extra damage from the ball, but we'll see. Light Bomb is in, and Nubarak already dove away from it. And we have the ult on Rexa trying to slow them down a bit further. Calamity is in, as expected. Talked about this earlier. Particularly with in the context of Ultralisk, of course. And him talking about exactly that. And here we are. Still in the lead, by the way, in regards to kills, the blue team. But the second objective is now up. Prisoners located. They say this like we didn't know already where they would be. It made it like a total mystery. The CIA and the FBI, you know, they had to come in first and had to like really dig deep. Try and just figure this one out. We don't know where they are. We gotta find them. And I was like, well, I can give you a hint. I have a suspicion that I know where they're gonna be. So, yeah. They go Valkyrie. It looks so silly when you have Valkyrie and Anduin. Just pops the target back out. So, yeah. But then again, to be fair, when we're talking about military, of course they can't find those prisoners. I mean, they're even losing an F-35 these days. So, in that context, I think it makes a little bit more sense that they are kind of clueless and totally flabbergasted where those prisoners are. Bunker had to be used. Nano is all... Ooh, is that a kill? Yep, that looks like a kill. It is a kill. And it is a double at that. Make it a triple, baby. Oh yeah, we're going to town now. They take Raxa down. They drop a 3. A little bit of a back and forth that we're getting now between the two. And I gotta admit that it's cool to see that from the BananaH team after the first map. But can they now make sure that they're not losing anybody and then also really make this happen at the top? Because Anduin is inting again. Anduin gets stunned by the boss. Varian is trying to help his son out. Is like, come on, I'll show you how it's done. You know, this is a sword. Stick him with the pointy end, baby. Stick him with the pointy end. Or you can slash them. And yep, off we go. Boss taken. Objective, not so much yet. So that was at least stopped. 35 stacks for Nano. Nothing insane, but he's not trailing too far behind from your normal standard. So boss should still be able to defend this one. But of course, there is some pressure that's mounting up now. There's no doubt about it. You're behind experience, you're behind in kills. You lost the boss. Structures are gonna get softened up a little bit. And they're gonna go for the double boss play as well, with Lopaka just unleashing one arrow set after another and yeah, dropping this quickly. Has also gone into this level 4, so that will help them here significantly. At the top they defended. At the bottom they still have... Can you count those two? I guess we can. Yeah, you can count those 2 towers. And up here they get the channel. So, let's go. That means they're losing the fort though. Yeah, they're giving this one up. So they give the fort up, and in exchange they want the objective. I'm not sure if they're gonna get that though. Because right now they don't. And instead, Rexa turns into Houdini. One moment he's here, the next one he's gone. So that's another kill. Guys, Ultralisk's team is really suffering a bit here. Initially, things went pretty well. They got a few kills and they started to take some momentum. But now they lost 2 bosses. They lost the first objective. They're about to lose another one. Heroes are falling left, right, and center. And it translates into 1.5 level lead for the blue team. Team BananaH, they don't want to give this series up that easily, so now they're taking another kill, and Nubarak is dead, and you guessed it, it's gonna be another objective for them. So, yep, here we are. Objective is in, and we have them already destroying. 1 fort, top fort has been damaged, bottom wall has been destroyed, and the keep has taken some damage too. Yeah, that could get very nasty very quickly, because now it's level 16 against level 14, and yeah, that hurts. They're not willing to dive behind the fort, but I honestly think it's just going to be a matter of time. That's what it looks like right now, at least. And the fact that Nano has a tough time stacking doesn't really help them either, because now we are 11 minutes in, so in the last 2 minutes he got 2 stacks. That's not really enough to dominate the late game all of a sudden. Morena's been in trouble for a second, but guess what? A noob got wrecked and died then. So with that, Nano is on the run and he is gone. So is the fort. So they are just getting absolutely slapped around here. The good old slapperoonie. 2 forts will be destroyed by the cavalry, and they are gonna open some of these walls. They might even take one of those keeps out. I doubt it, but they're definitely gonna damage them. This is complete reversal pretty much from game number 1. It's really BananaH and his team showing that they are not just pushovers here waiting to lose the series, but that they are actually in a position where they can fight. What am I talking about? Where they can win this. Where they can actually fight and win this game. There we go. Words that make sense in a sentence. We can do it. Chaka. So, 18 to 16. But yeah, so they can actually win this. And this was an important one. I mean, imagine falling behind 0-2. In a best of 5, this is nearly always a death sentence. But with them winning this one, if they can, if it doesn't get turned, then yeah. So yeah. For that, we now have a 2-level advantage still for Team BananaH. Obviously, until level 20 is not going to mean too much. They still need the extra talent. Epic Enter is in. And we also got Power Strike and Mirror Ball. So, and the full synergy now also with the totem. Let's not forget about that. So now that Rhaegar has the Earthgrass totem, maybe they can isolate somebody. I mean, reaching here a little bit. So far, things haven't really gone all that well. But yeah. How many times did Nubarak actually die? Only 3 times. Gotta admit, feels like more. Arrow, taunt, stun, and dead. At that point, you can just take the hands off the keyboard and yield. So, yeah. Yeah, again, they got way too much CC. I pointed this out in the draft already. They got CC on literally every single hero that they can contribute. Now they're going for a Rhaegar kill. He dies too. Ancestral didn't never make it. Nano is also in trouble, and that's another kill. So they pick up another 3 kills. Easy peasy. No problem whatsoever. There's a boss at the top that they could take if they wanted to. And it hurts. Not sure what to tell you here, guys. It absolutely hurts. If you are on the red team, then you're currently in for an ass kicking. Because there is no stopping the blue team. Now they have level 20 coming up with the boss. There's an objective at the bottom that maybe Death Knight can now cheese. At least he's trying. This is exactly the little Nubarak trick that I talked about earlier. But Harzops is here, Morenas is here, so they are going to stop this. Boss is taken. You already know what that means. That means that the top keep is gone. And guess who else is gone? It's a Nubarak. You know, I knew that he died more often than 3 times. I just can see the future. Oh, no! No! Ultralisk! He tried to blink away and blink straight into the arrow. Yeah, top is already gone. I mean, again, this one is eliminated. They cannot just try to go for the objective and, yeah, play it out from there. But even trying to defend this one is kind of silly. They want to keep it away from the core. That's essentially it. But, yeah. And down at the bottom of the map, guess what? We get another play for boss. I would be shocked if they are not going to end the game here. If somehow Team Ultralisk can turn this, that would be pretty crazy. But yeah, the boss is taken. Harzops, as long as he doesn't run it down and dies now for no reason, which is just not going to happen, going to be fine. They got the 5-man back. Hanzo's arrow in another 10. But already they're looking for kills. The Ancestral is on point here. But the objective is claimed. They got the boss at the bottom. And Nubarak is dead again. He's not the only one. It is another kill. It's a triple, baby. They're taking them one after another. Another chase, another stun, another taunt, another kill. Bye-bye, baby. All of them dead and gone. Lopaka even making it out, but the bottom keep is now about to fall. This is without the objective. It's just the boss that is pushing. The objective is still on its way. 19 kills to 3. And it seems like BananaH and his team, they got a little bit mad after game number 1. They just said, okay, boys, this is enough until here, no further. Now we're going to take control and we're going to take victory in game number 2, which indeed they did. Full 5-man wipe, everybody's dead, so is the core, and that puts a point on the board for Team BananaH. Nicely done, GG, and well played. Okay, so we're going to Cursed Hollow for game number 3. Ultralisk and his boys, they got a little bit body on game number 2. That draft did not work out for them as intended, and with all the CC that we saw for the other team, for Team BananaH, they kind of struggled. A lot. And got farmed there in the mid game. So with that now, we have the immediate move straight into MyF. And as a ban, obviously, I mean, again, you're going up against Ultralisk, you're trying to get rid of some of his staples. MyF has been consistently banned right now. They haven't changed their ban pattern a whole lot here. It's usually just that second ban where they're thinking, hey, what are we getting rid of? Do we have to adjust this a bit? But now that we're on Cursed, Tracer's banned, but of course there's a lot of heroes that are really fairly strong here. You could play around Abathur if you really wanted to. Vikings have been played here. Maybe I could see it, but more so Abathur could be a threat. Medivh banned multiple times now on this one. There are still a couple of very nice picks around. Diablo, yes, is definitely one of them. You could also try and play around Tyrael, Sanctification a little bit if you wanted to here. So, fair amount of options that you get at this point. But yeah. Game number 3 means that 20 heroes are not available any longer. A lot of the... Not all, by the way, but a lot of the globals are gone. Falset is still available as far as I remember. But there is ETC. Okay, ETC Greymane. Now, Greymane doesn't surprise me in the slightest. Could also be a hint that we could possibly see Abathur again. But the interesting part... Ooh, we could actually see Abathur for both teams. And keep in mind, Ultralisk just watched an Abathur team in the previous series, so Kharazim, Diablo, both of them would benefit from it, and there it is. They take Abathur, exactly. Abathur is in. 2 purposes. One, to of course make your own team stronger. The other purpose is to take it away from the opponent who's already kind of signaling with Greymane that Abathur would work for them. You could always have addressed it in the ban phase, but they are getting it for themselves. ETC could also be a side laner with a stage dive. Something to keep in mind here. We've seen that. Illidan gets banned. Yeah, now that Abathur is available for the red team, you of course have to think a bit about what could they combo with Abathur here. You can still go Jaina if you wanted to just try and play around some double mage damage. Vikings get banned. I like it. And yeah, quick double pick here. How do they bring this one together now? Vikings banned is, I think, a smart move to keep some of those X Factor picks away. They take Jaina away from them, and they have Uther. Okay, I kind of like this. So first of all, if you're getting Mosh Pit, we could get the Holy Cow play with Divine Shield into ETC Mosh Pit. We have now Jaina and Greymane, so some really nice damage dealers that also are very good at clearing camps. And it takes another option away from the Abathur composition. I just mentioned Jaina a second ago as a possible pick for them. So now I have to go into something else. I mean, there's still enough up, but those are always some very nice options that were claimed from them. So they go Falset instead, they have that global, and we get Sonya. So you can go double Sonya. Sonya's going to be empowered by this. Kharazim is going to be empowered by this. This can be very strong and very sustainable too, in particular. And with Falset, they have a global and they also have Gust where they can control boss plays. Now, on the other side, final pick. What's it going to be for... it is Tyrael. Tyrael as the final pick, so ETC in a side lane position, likely with stage dive. And that gets us into game number 3. So let's find out which team takes the lead in the best of 5, everybody. We're going to Cursed Hollow. Game 3. Someone is going to take the lead here, and we're going to find out which team that is. BananaH with Uther, Haza with Jaina, Uki with ETC, Morenas on Greymane, and then we get the only Diablo character in this composition with Lopaka. On the right side, Team Ultralisk with Nan on Abathur, Darkmog on Sonya, Ultralisk on Falstad. We get Death Knight on Diablo, and Kelvin with Kharazim. So, standard talent so far on level 1, particularly Kharazim, of course. Oh no, shocking, it is Iron Fist. Duh, what else? And ETC with a block party. And immediately they're going for Diablo. Abathur's already there, helping out a bit. And it doesn't help him. He gets body blocked into oblivion. Or some serious Warcraft 3 surrounds that we just saw there. And it is the end of the Lord of Terror. Not all that terrifying. Yep. Okay, the bird on the way back out here. I could do with some chicken. One of the things that I miss from living in Korea is that Korea just had some absolutely insane fried chicken. I really loved it. Spicy, boneless fried chicken in Korea. Oh, it was so good. The apartment that I lived in had at the bottom one of those places where you could actually buy it. Where they made it, and it was just so damn good. I just had to go downstairs and get myself a pack or two, and oh my god. Now that they're taking the birdie down over here, I'm starting to get a little bit hungry. Give me that chicken. Would honestly be worth visiting Korea again just for that. And Bulgaria, of course, but yeah. Gotta take it one at a time. Now, anyways, we got Falstad dealing with the camp. Went on level 1 into the frequent flyer. Should use his miles, for sure. So, yeah. Definitely use your miles if you're a frequent flyer. Yeah, camps claimed on both sides. And on the left, I said before, you have Jaina, you have Greymane. You have two heroes that are fantastic at going through camps very quickly. Just like the skill rotation alone on Jaina pretty much clears that immediately. And down here it's a Siege Shine still against Ultralisk. So yeah, there we go. Dun, dun. Yeah, with Abathur going for the pressurized glance, it could get pretty aggressive once that Diablo is a bit more of a powerhouse with a stacked level baseline. Also got the Shot of Fury. I mean, it's too easy. Like for Sonya to get a Shot of Fury, the only thing that you have to do is hold up a mirror to her face. If you see that face in the mirror, I would be furious as well. I mean, damn, what did those designers do? Look at that. Eminem with a wig, that's already the first description, and nobody is ever going to call Sonya a beauty. So yeah, mirror is all you need, and she's going to be furious as hell. You're going to have endless resources for the entire game, not a problem. Darwash is going to be hitting one ability after another. But talking Darkmok, he might actually be in a bit of trouble here. Abathur needs to help out, and the Slugger is still fine. But the top wall might not be, so they're going for that. We get the Frost armor here. On that, yeah, okay. Every woman has a frost armor, it's called her skin. And we got now level 7 on the horizon, but the wall is getting... Guys, I'm actually a little bit surprised, I gotta admit, because after game number 1, I really looked towards Team Ultralisk and was like, wow, they're looking good. Then second map happened, I was like, okay, fair enough, they kind of got outdrafted a little bit there. It didn't really work for them. They struggled with the CC. But heading into game number 3, I still expected them to have more of an impact there. Instead, it's just the complete opposite. It is Team BananaH just really crushing it here and going early on for the first fort. We're talking about a single triple that has been channeled yet by the red team. And yeah, they lose ETC there, but at the same time, it's like, eh. Fort already gone, so yeah, it is a bit nasty, but okay. After level 10, things could change for sure. You have the copy with Abathur that turns him into a real hero. ETC, by the way, went for Echo Paddle, already signaling that we're gonna get stage dive, so yes, it gives you the extra side clear that you kind of want. So, Jaina is gone, gets murdered down here by Sonya. The problem is that Sonya herself help and survives. Yep, and a second tribute. So maybe Team Ultralisk isn't quite out of this just yet. They lost the fort, they struggled a bit. I highlighted level 10 as a potential talent to slowly redeem yourself. But yeah, a bit more time and you should be fine. Or at least you should have a much better grasp on the game, but we'll see. Falstad at least also provides them with a more reliable global than what we're going to get from a stage dive ETC, and Ultralisk is trying to use that right now. Went straight into the secret weapon over here as his level 7 talent, of course, and now the bosses are slowly getting claimed. They are in a bit of an awkward spot. So yeah, 50% already gone. Slide, stun, stun, stun. Damage, 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 damage. But no kill. So boss is about to be reset and Greymane is getting dropped. So that's a shitty spot to be in. Yep, they tried to go back for the boss, couldn't, but taking Greymane down helps them significantly because I don't know what to say, but this is a curse. Unless they are screwing this up a bit. Hazops is going for an interrupt. They're actually going to let this happen, aren't they? Because there's level 10 for only one team, so they should get this without a doubt, and they do. So the curse is in, and now we're talking. Okay, now it starts to be a problem for Team BananaH. We have no leap, we get the Wrath of the Berserker, so mass sustain with Abaddon dishing out some damage too. 7-sided strike, and Diablo is gone. Yeah, bullet, stage dive, it's all pretty much as predicted. Ultralisk taking the minions out. He knows that he is going to end up in the KFC basket, so he's gone. But that is one of the shittier curses that I've seen probably. Falstad already gone, got a kill against Diablo, he at least had his stacks. But that's that. Top side, another fort is about to fall, so yeah. They could still go for their boss now, and Karazim cleans up the middle a bit and takes that wall out. Maybe it's not too bad. I mean, they got 2 forts. Credit where credit is due. They got 2 forts, so that's something. That's a massive amount of experience, by the way. Oof. Yeah, well, that's a lot. It looked a little bit worse than it actually was when they lost Diablo and Falstad, so they still took 2 forts out. That's kind of worth it. And they're also first at the boss. And keep in mind, they are going to attack keeps now with these bosses. Team BananaH still has to go to the bottom fort. Now they got vision down here too. Question is, are they going to be quick enough? And my bet would be definitely no. Nope. So yeah, but they can go into the middle and use that time window to get more damage onto the fort here. Unlikely they're going to get the whole thing, but they drop it below 50% HP, and that's also worth something. So good for them. And this one is going to destroy part of the wall at least. Now Greymane is already here. It's going to make it easy. But down on the bottom of the map, they are defending this one fairly quickly, or at least they're on it right now as we speak. But it's an interesting game. It's a lot of back and forth action that we have between the two teams. 4 kills to 3, so it's a bit closer now. Structurally, definitely an advantage for the red team. Let's not forget that they now have a passive experience increase, which is going to start to matter soonish, because 2 forts have now been destroyed, so this is going to accumulate over time. Next tribute is coming up here too, and it seems like they are looking to set up a bit of a trap early on this. Hasn't really happened just yet, but still. It's actually kind of funny because technically the blue team is still ahead in passive experience since they took the top fort out earlier. But eventually now the red team will take over. Particularly if they are able to drop the remaining 50% HP of the one in the middle. But since they are ahead here, yeah, it should help a bit. Ultralisk is still down at the bottom of the map. It's all about vision. He wants to make sure that nobody is moving away. And yeah, that's the case. So he's going to get some free damage in on the fort. So here we are. A quick slide. Ultralisk is up against ETC as you would expect. Might have to fly out here. Hearth or fly? Okay, he flies. So yeah, gets out quickly before anybody else can start to move in. Sonya's still up at the top, and they're trying to claim vision here too. Ooh, Mirrodin against Uther. Yeah. Supports up against each other. And they have to gust it up to save Death Knight. Okay. So they gust it out. Try to go for the tribute. And Sonya is still pressuring the top. So that's another tower that will likely fall. ETC is already hearthing. He's the one who has to deal with it. Water Elemental is out, but it is still a freebie. Is it? Maybe it's not a freebie anymore on the tribute. Sonya's at the top. We got 2 Sonyas, by the way. Yeah, double Sonya. That means Greymane has to help out now, and some early damage on the keep. And they might get that tribute. Blue team, they are definitely not in favor of that solution. So instead they're saying, you know what, boys, how about you give us the tribute? How do you feel about that? But I don't think the red team is too keen on that. 4 against 3 kills. As long as you delay it, you're already in a good spot there. Experience lead is slowly taken by Team Ultralisk. It's not a quick thing, but it's going to happen eventually, I suppose. Unless, of course, they win that fight big time and they take Diablo down, and he did not have enough stacks. So Karazim gets out too. Sonya wasn't even here. So they took a fight that they should maybe not have taken. Hazuob's super low, but he gets out. So, yeah, he's alive, and they're getting a free forward. So they can take this one. It's a little bit of a wonky one, honestly, because Sonya wasn't here, so Darkmonk is doing the side lane pressure play the entire time. They're trying to go into the middle again. It's level 16 for the blue team. The red team will have it also any second. A threat at the bottom of the map opens up opportunities in the middle where Uki gets attacked and the fort gets destroyed. So now they just have to try and retreat here, with Abathur helping them out a bit too. The copy is in, that means we have now Cleansing Touch, so that's already nice. Soma Transference for Abathur, we get Rampage now. And it's just all in all, and yeah, a bit of a strange game. One team still has a 1 fort, passive experience, the lead has been taken here by Team Ultralisk. And yeah, time will tell. With that, we now have also Lopaka doing his thing. BananaH and his boys are taking some camps. Not only this one, but also the other. Again, Jaina coming super handy in here. And here's the channel. One tribute has already been taken. They could let this one go. They might have to, and they do. Okay. Gust is out. For a second I thought they might have to sacrifice Diablo for it, but they don't. So they're moving away from it after claiming a free tribute. That delays the next curse even further. Each team needs now 2 to get to that point. And yeah. I love how everybody is a bit more cautious now, because they're all aware that this is the 3rd game, and if you're getting the lead here, it means that you're having a match point available. But that is nasty. I don't think they realize that. They might have an inkling now, but it's already too late. That's a free boss. Yeah, they're gonna take the boss for free. Nice rotation. They come in, take the boss, and now their own boss is up at the bottom of the map. Good stuff. ETC with a slide. Can they get a kill? Ah, they steal it first with the Sanctification. Darkmonk low. ETC jumped in with the stage dive. Diablo uses the opportunity to barbecue the place. But Sonya's already gone, and now Diablo is dead too. Nice move into the back though, and at least they got a damage dealer, so they take out Jaina. But the copy is now eliminated, and this top keep is gonna... Yeah, this is over. This top keep is gone, 100%. I mean, yeah, that is that. You have a boss, you have siege giants, and you have catapults that are griefing as usual right behind them. There's 2 heroes that are dead. Abathur is still there, so of course he also picked up Mule as the level 7 talent, but there's just no way to reconstruct that. That keeps gone. First one down, and that is lots of map control now for the blue team. Also still a boss up at the bottom of the map. They could claim this if they wanted to. They could go for it. Easy peasy. Yeah, we have another move for the siege giants. But I gotta admit that Ultralisk's team is now getting pinned down more and more. When they were still ahead with some structure, it was nice. They gave up the tribute though. So there's a this is the ticket back into the game for them. Get the curse and then, yeah, bring it back through that. Of course, first of all, you have to get into a position where you can get the curse. I mean, that's the first one. Because if you're looking at the situation here, they're trying to apply more pressure with the boss. They have to let it leash, but they come in, take the kill. Karazim is gone, and they might get more. ETC, I mean, unless he dies now because of this, but no. ETC is coming in for another slide. Diablo is in trouble, and he's not the only one. The copy from Abathur is also still there. Falstad is dead. Death Knight is on the run. Gets a wall stun out, but I do not... Is he actually... Wow, he gets away. They still got another kill, so yeah. Tribute is spawning in 30. They got level 20 now. But as usual, the question is, what can they do with this? They can now go for the boss again. They got Redemption already. We got the Hunter's Blunderbuss, Bolt of the Storm. And... yeah. That will attack the board keep. Now, Sonya is doing the only thing that she basically can, trying to get experience for them. They know, of course, that the boss is currently getting taken at the bottom. This is only going to be a second tribute, not a third, so no curse threat there either. Sonya wants level 20 for the team, and she is going to get it. So they're going to get level 20 with this. There's also a push in the middle. All of this is actually not that bad, with the exception, of course, that Team BananaH is going to try and end the game now. If you had a little bit more time, then you might be able to make some plays here. You have pressure thanks to Abath at the top and in the middle, but you still have to deal with this, and if a second keep now falls, then you know you're going to be in trouble. So we get Ignore Pain. Hive Mind likely, yes, for Abath. And we get Wind Tunnel. So now, and we have also another tribute spawning in 20. So there's so many things happening at the same time that they have to be careful about. Because Abath could mine the spot at the top a bit. They could save that keep too. So this is not 100% over yet, but up to this point at least, the pressure has been on Team Ultralisk, and that's the situation they find themselves in again. Sanctification saving the day with the 7-sided strike coming through. Abath could take that tribute, I guess, and create some pressure themselves. Copy is out, so Abath could literally just go there. Ult is out from ETC, so Abath could sneak it. If at any point they feel confident enough to just wait and let him take it, he could do that. But Nano is not making a move yet. ETC has 30 seconds until the ult is back. I mean, this is the move. Come on, Slugger. Go for it. Get that curse. Falls that flies? I mean, he gets it too. I would have taken it with Abath. You need to let the slug do something. So yeah, it's a curse for them. They still gotta force it. They got to. That curse helps them to control those side lanes again. So that would be that. Control the side lanes with a curse and now just force it. They have to. They have to force it, and that's what they're doing at the top. Go for keep, force the fight. Abath's copy up in another 15. But if they don't get keeps now, they will lose the game eventually. It's just a matter of time after that. So they have to make the play now. It's the only chance they have. Nice barbecue move from Diablo. Not enough to get them a kill. And yeah, there's the stage dive. And are they going to lose somebody? They're still trying to turn it, but the Divine Shield on Greyman. Ah, Sonya. She's alive. Uther is dead, but he has redemption. He'll be back. He's going to pull an Arnie. And that is, I guess, the end of the game. They had to do it. There was no other way for them to try and control this. They needed to move in and try to take the victory there. Couldn't quite make it happen, but now, of course, they lost too much. Diablo is going to be back. Yes, that is at least true. But if you're just looking at how the map looks, they could go boss and then for the core, for example. So that's an opportunity here that they definitely have. And yeah. Gust is up. They could try and steal it with Gust. If they can do that, that would help. But it's still a 4 versus 5. And they're going for another kill. Diablo, they had Gust is used already, so they can't use it for the steal. Falstad is dead. They're just trying to buy themselves a little bit of time, force the leash, but that's another kill. Diablo is gone, and this time it's for the entire duration. So they're still down 2 heroes here, and Karazim is, yeah, probably going to be taken by ETC now. Now there's a trying to give him a dash target, but that's that. I don't even know why they're wasting their time with this. With the boss, BananaH is dead again. That's actually annoying. That was a nice move by Darkmonk because he doesn't have redemption anymore. They don't have a support for this. So, hello? Sonya has actually slapped them around pretty heavily. Can you imagine Hazo dying in that situation? So they haven't given up on the boss yet, and now it's only Abath slap him, baby. Come on. Abath slap. Abath slap. Come in here. Slap her. Take her down. Take her down. In and then just like go for it. Bam, bam, bam.
Hail to the king, baby.
Yeah, the king doesn't want to come out to play. No slugger right now. Falstad has Gust. Falstad has Gust. Please steal it. Oh! Yeah, he's gonna take it. He's fucking taking it. They stole it. They couldn't get the kill over here, but they stole the boss 20 minutes in. God, I am loving this. Oh, this would have been so good. They have the boss. They need to deal with the catapults at the bottom of the map still. Somebody has to. And this is going to take the keep down. This boss will take the keep. Oh god, I love that they got it. I honestly don't understand why they went for the boss in the first place. There were 3 heroes down. There were only 2 survivors. You could have just gone for the core. And then they lost Uther, and when Uther died, that was the big problem. Now they can try and play for the boss at the bottom of the map. This one at the top is obviously going to get the keep and is maybe even going to do some damage on this. But yeah, there's the Sanctification, Stage Dive, ETC. They're trying to go for Diablo again. He Hellgates out. Nobody has dealt with the bot lane catapults, by the way, and those are 3. So those catapults are going to toast them. Sonya's going for it. They're going to end! They just have to stop them from hearthing. If they can stop them from hearthing back, it's over. Falstad can fly in. Falstad is going to fly in. They're going to win the game now. Oh my god, what a throw! Nicely done. GG, Team Ultralisk with the lead. Game number 4. Guys, I don't really know what to say with the last one. I honestly think that before Uther died, they could have gone for the core instead of going for the boss. The keep at the top has already fallen. There's only 2 heroes that are alive. You can play around them, I think. But then they went for the boss, and once that Uther went down again, things just started to spiral out of control. And at some point they just realized if they can stop them from hearthing back to base, they can go and end the game. And that's exactly what they did. Sonya snuck over towards the boss on the left side, went for core, Falstad flew in. And that was that. So Ultralisk, they pulled off a pretty miraculous comeback, and a real 6.5 out of 10 moment on Cursed Hollow. IGN would be proud, for sure. And now we're getting ready for match point number 1 for the red team. I really did not think that they had a chance of winning that map. But then again, a couple of mistakes on your opponent's side that you exploit properly, and you're Gucci. So we have a Maiev first pick this time, meaning they still take it away from Ultralisk. They don't allow him to take that pick. And they also still ban his Medivh, and they're getting also rid of Zarya. So Garrosh and Zarya are both being addressed. But of course now with game number 4, still plenty of stuff around to take, but it's the air's getting a little bit thin. Stitches has been banned multiple times. So we had actually Stitches banned out, I believe, the last 2-3 series fairly regularly. And now, for one of the first times, we have Stitches together with Junkrat. So with Gorge, you can immediately go into a trap and can take the target down then. Gul'dan might be a pick that we're going to see here. We still have, well, Vala's up too, but we have a lot of mages that are still available that have decent wave clear that could be used here. There's Vala. And we get her together with Stukov. So, can play around the auto attack style. Could go multi-shot. It's not really that common anymore, but if you really think that you need the wave clear, this would be an option too. But curious to see what the rest of the damage is going to be for Team Ultralisk. And also, if Ultralisk, for example, takes Kerrigan. Because, well, first, of course, they have to let her through. That's the next thing. They're already expecting more or less that there's going to be a double support with Stukov. So that Vala can shine a bit more here. We've seen that a few times now already. Stukov doubling also like as a bit of a tank there. But, or Uther as a tank usually, but Uther has already been played, so you can sometimes put Stukov into a similar spot. We've seen main tank Maiev. It's been a while, I know, it's been a year or so, but still it popped up once or twice. Not really with a whole lot of success, obviously, is why you didn't see it all that much. But now we have Kerrigan banned, as kinda expected. Urel together with Stitches, and we get Malfurion, so you now have even more follow-up after a good hook is hit. And yeah, that leaves us with the final 2 picks for the blue team, and then Ultralisk still has to make his choice. Okay. What's it gonna be for Hazu, and what's it gonna be for Ultralisk? White main, Malthael. Okay. So they have the double support, there it is. And the final pick for Ultra... I mean, we need a bit more damage. That's definitely a given. So you already have Stitches, Junkrat as a potential combo. You need to hit that hook first. With Junkrat, you can do, of course, a lot. But they still need something that allows them to get those kills properly connected. And he goes for Mephisto. So they add another mage to the equation. Not Gul'dan, but Mephisto is in instead. And that puts us into Tomb of the Spider Queen. Game number 4, everybody. Let's jump straight in. Let's see which team takes it here. If we're going to have Team Ultralisk already move to the next round, to the the loser bracket final. Or if they have to fight it out on game number 5. Game number 4, match point number 1. On the left, Uki on Malthael. We have Hazu with Vala, Morenas on Whitemane, Lopaka on Maiev, and BananaH on Stukov. So you can actually see that I shifted quite a lot of things around here in order to make this happen. Morenas is now on Whitemane, BananaH is indeed playing a support. They were the ones to pick Maiev away from Ultralisk, so they adjusted their roles and their draft accordingly. Whereas on the right side, we have Ultralisk with Junkrat, Death Knight on Stitches, Darkmok still on the sideline with Urel, Kelvin's playing Malfurion, and of course the swap of Mephisto over to Nano. Ultralisk definitely a bit more comfortable when it comes to Junkrat plays than Mephisto between the two of them. Stacks for with Creed of the Hunter for Vala. So we're gonna get the Gambit quest on level 1. And already the tether and the first kill. Whoa, yeah, we get the first kill. It's not Mephisto, but it starts with the M as well. It is Malthael that falls, and Darkmok dies too. Off to a great start. So, didn't really go too well in game number 3, but Team BananaH is now coming in with a double kill as game number 4 begins. And sets themselves slightly ahead. A lot of sustain, of course, that they have too with the lineup that they're running here now. But that double kill definitely hurt. And Malthael has started to take over on the campsite, so he's going straight in for this, get some help also from Maiev. And at the top they're still playing this out with a double support in Vala, trying to apply pressure onto the structures. Even Nano has to be a bit careful here. But yeah, not the start they wanted. Good hit, and that might be a kill, and indeed it is. Straight into the tower range. Well done. Trying to guard some of those gems that they just stole away, and that happened. BananaH, I think, recovered 1, and that's all that he got. Azops, of course, that's the one that is a bit dangerous here. Gets the hook out, yes, but they cannot do anything with it. Yeah, if you could have maybe like held that hook back just slightly to give the heroes that rotated from the middle a bit more time than a route from Malthael. Could have sealed the deal there. But obviously, easier said than done, and also hindsight is always 20/20. So we get the next attack in the middle. Yeah, Whitemane is just absolutely insane with a single target heal that she can bust out. But the hooks will make likely a big difference here as this continues. I mean, early game is already one thing. But once that you have the extended hook range after level 13, for example, if you get some of these hooks lined up properly, you can do tons. Now, another thing that happens, of course, is that with the double support, Hazops feels absolutely emboldened to be aggressive and greed for some extra auto attacks, and he's going to get them. Junkrat gets caught here and gets killed as a result. So, yeah, Lopaka is doing a great job with Maiev and has now facilitated multiple kills for the team. And, yeah, Vala, she's stacking, and she's stacking well. 35 to 39 gems right now. Still trying to burn them down a bit with Mephisto. So far, so good, but another tether. And even with the root on the ground, this is getting dangerous. So Hazu is just turning them into pincushions here. BananaH gets away. That double heal is working. And Urel gets now killed. Jesus. 4 kills to 1. There, they might get Whitemane here. Maybe. They don't have that proper single target damage that they really want. And honestly, there's also some problems with Junkrat and Stitches right now. That could have been a hit on the hook, if not for Junkrat. So, yeah. I mean, this game isn't over or anything. Don't get me wrong. So I'm not going to try and call it early here, but it's a level lead. And with an objective, if you play your cards right there, you can definitely start snowballing this. The lineup of the red team is going to get more dangerous after level 10 and after level 13 when you get Gorge 2. You can really go for isolation kills. But at this point in the early game, it is for sure Team BananaH that is running the show and dictating the pace of the game. They got a solid lead there. Yeah, the hook is in. Straight into the trap. The problem is there's no damage here, or at least not enough. Instead, the tether turns... The bullseye is on Death Knight, and here comes Maiev and just takes him down. So that's the end of Stitches. At least the gems were recovered, but the result is the same. The turn-in happens. They're still a level ahead, and they're already pressuring Nano again. He barely makes it out there. So this is not really looking good for Team Ultralisk. I mean, not even a bit. They lost the entire wall at the top already. We're only 5 minutes in, and things are already getting very dicey. Nano gets attacked and gets slapped and killed. Yep. Vala at least dies one, so that's one Gambit stack already removed, meaning she lost a bit here. Whiteman gets also killed, so apparently Hooken killed. So I guess they're starting to fight back at least a little bit, so the 2 kills might turn things slightly, but it doesn't change the fact that they're gonna lose at least the walls. Maybe even some more hit points on these forts too. Level 10 is also getting dangerously close for Team BananaH, but at least they're fighting back a little bit here. They have to completely change the momentum after level 10 when they have the heroics, or it is still going to be a disaster. So yeah. I mean, either way, 6 kills to 3, looks a bit better. No fort has been destroyed. All of them are, yeah, damaged a bit. All of them are opened up, but there is hope. Okay, so they go for Maiev again. Tether is out. Death Knight still fine. Junkrat. Here comes Urel. Maybe now. They're trying to go for BananaH. Disc is out too. And Stukov is low, but he's still alive. Another hook hits, but still able to jump out in time. There's a lot of mobility also on the blue team. So they have level 10. That gives us the disc. That gives us the last rights. But we should now get heroics also for Team Ultralisk soon. And that's the first step. Then you have Gorge. And then afterwards, of course, it's level 13 that you're hoping for. And once that you can play and really try and just use these hooks to isolate targets a little bit, then you're in a completely different realm. And they know that too. So yeah, short distance hooks still. They have to wait for 13 before they can really get full use out of all of this. But the bigger question is, can they now turn their own gems in? Because up to now, they haven't even delivered a single one. Like, not one gem has been turned in. And that is a problem when you end up in that spot. So, yeah, here they go. At least Ultralisk was able to get rid of all of his gems. The hooks are getting close, but they're just not close enough. Problem is also that Darkmock has to turn in at some point. He's at 27 gems. It's definitely too many to be in a comfortable spot here. Yeah, nice damage against Yuki. Nothing insane. But yeah, there's a hook, there's a Gorge, and they try for Maiev. The root is on the ground, and this should be at least one kill. I mean, the whole fight right underneath the fort. And everybody gets out. Are you serious? Riptire. Okay, Whiteman died. They really worked hard for this one. Whiteman is down. BananaH gets hooked back straight in. And do not tell me he walks away from this. Okay, so they get both of the supports. That was important. Both supports are down. They have a turn-in opportunity. And Lopaka is pausing the game here. Lag F. Nah, just kidding. So, I'm not sure what exactly happened. Maybe somebody really disconnected. But the fact remains, they just got both of the supports killed and isolated. They now are getting closer to level 12 and therefore also level 13, which means that's when Stitch's range kicks in. Going to be super important here. They still save the fort in the middle by a very small margin, but still they did it. And now they can also turn in. Now, Darkmonk is already nearly done with the 33. That gets them the objective right away. He's not going to be able to interrupt. So now with the Web Weavers, they have to also do some work and some damage now. 8 seconds until Stukov. It's going to be a 5-man defense. But if they can at least break some of these walls down, that would be a start. In an ideal world, of course, you get a kill before. You hit a nice hook, for example, and you play around that. But you at least have a fighting chance now. Game started extremely poorly for Team Ultralisk, and while they are not dominating this or being heavily ahead or anything, they're at least in a bit of a better spot. Top side, Darkmog got a bit too greedy and gets punished for it because Morenas is helping out. So yep, that is the end of Urel, which means that they are also lacking some extra heroes at the bottom of the map that could help them with this. So the fort gets destroyed. It still means only a little. Yes, one fort is down, but if you still look at the hit points of the red team's forts on the right side, you know, of course, that they are very much running the risk of losing all of their structures super early. So Urel is back. They did what they could here. They took one fort out at the bottom of the map, but they themselves will soon lose some of these structures. 13 is ready for the blue team any moment now, also for the red team, and this is what Death Knight has been waiting for the entire time. So he is going to get the range. I don't think he's going to throw this out before he has range. He does! Gorgeous! And where's that root? There it is. Vala, a kill here would go a long way. And they get it. They kill Vala. Second time that she goes down, that's 10% of the attack speed removed. And now they're starting to chase also Stukov. They're really on the support, really on the back line, and they get another kill. More momentum for Team Ultralisk. They want to win this series. They want to move on to the winner, sorry, the loser bracket final. They would love to move on to the losers bracket final, but that one has, yeah. The winner bracket final has already been played. Loser bracket final will be played after this one. And now that they're getting staggered kills, and BananaH is losing more heroes here with his boys, this is starting to get a bit more problematic. And with a bit, I mean a lot, because that's a lot of gems that they just lost. They lost tons of gems here, and the red team has a turn-in and a boss now. So another game that gets flipped. Another game that they are flipping on its head here. Boss is claimed, and they can turn in if they want. They could also hook this one out. Oh, they barely miss it. But they get Vala. Vala gets hit. There's the roots, and it's the trap instead. Goodbye, Hazu. That's now a third death on him. Vala has lost 15% of her auto attack speed. Yep, the Gambit quest is getting diminished more and more. And they're getting more kills too. This is getting insane. Yeah, now those hooks are hitting. Now that the range is there, they're getting them one after another. Their top fort is going to be destroyed, and they're getting kills so damn easily all of a sudden. It is bonkers. Lopaka in a corner, he gets killed too, so that's now 12 kills to 7. They turned this entire game on its head. It's insanity, honestly. They picked up 4 or 5 kills within the last 2 minutes here. And now they're just going for one structure after another. The top fort has already fallen. The one in the middle is getting attacked. They can turn in with the boss. They pretty much took all of the gems away from the blue team too. So this is getting nasty as hell. If you are the blue team, just think about how this game evolved. You started off strong, got kill after kill, got the turn in, and now you're just losing because Stitches is murdering you like a madman. Those extra gorges are isolating targets all over the place and allowing them to get the hits in. 16 talent is ready for them too. And now you have to defend on pretty much every single lane because all your forts are gone. So, yeah. Walls are going to open up. Don't think that they're going to get a keep just yet. We're only 12 minutes into the game. But if they get a few kills, then that's a very different story. All they need is a good Stitches hook. And, yeah, he is throwing them out. They get dodged for now. But there's also Darkmog to consider, and he is applying pressure too. So they are starting to poke this. Some of the walls already open. They're going to wait for another hook from Stitches and see what they can do there. A couple of slows are already in. Riptire. Oh, Hazu dodges the hook, and Whitemane dies to Mephisto. Yeah, the hook might not have hit, but Whitemane still fell, and now they are emboldened to chase this a bit further. The disc on Stitches, maybe a chance here with the good last rights. No, stun is out, and again they're bouncing Yuki around, and they stun him out. Oh, gone Vala! And that's more trouble brewing. They go for Maiev. Mephisto is gone, but so is Vala, so that is 4 deaths on her. They're trading damage dealers, and now it is Stukov that fell. They are not letting up here, are they? They go for Uki. They can't get the kill on him. He has 30 gems. That would have been an even bigger disaster. But it also results in the middle keep getting pressured further, and it's losing hit points by the second. They are very likely walking away with the first keep getting destroyed here. Particularly since the catapult is also chipping it, and you still have Junkrat. So yes, first keep is out. Insane siege by them now. Insane siege. Junkrat is just laughing, and for good reason, because, yeah, they're having every reason to be happy about this. We're now looking at 42,000 damage for Mephisto and 35,000 for Junkrat. On the other side, Vala hasn't even reached that, so she's top damage for the blue team and is sitting below the second highest damage dealer on Team Ultralisk. It's, yeah, it's getting murdered. Guys, think about how we got here. Like, think this through for a second. Last game, it looked like a shoe-in for BananaH. It looked like they had it. And then you could argue they threw the game. And Team Ultralisk pulled off a comeback that they should have never been able to pull. And now, all of a sudden, they're so close of losing here. Great cleanse, by the way. Great intercession on the Stitches hook. Making sure that that didn't hit. That could have been another kill. Malthal is so far the only one that hasn't died yet. But they're turning in again. Kelvin, yes, they don't have enough gems for full turn in, but they're securing the gems they have. With the exception of Darkmok. It is match point. If Hazu and BananaH lose this game, they are out of the tournament. Would mean 4th place for them. They would be eliminated. And Team Ultralisk would move on to the losers bracket final. Top side, that wall gets destroyed. They are really desperately attempting to turn in. They want web weavers. Disc is out, good, and Uki turns in. Yeah. Interrupt is too late. They get the set of web weavers. So they got the web weavers. Top side, is the tower falling? Yep, that one is also getting murdered. Pushing them back again. Oh no! That's the end of Stukov. Rip tire. And bye-bye. Stukov is gone. He should have another hook in a second. He has the Gorge even without it. Gorge is in. Last rites to bye-bye. Nice knowing you. And that's tranquility to keep them alive. Another hook, another hit, and another kill. They are destroying them. Absolutely destroying them. Level 20. Hungry Stitches is ready. And they get Vala as well. Vala has now died 5 times. 5 times gone, and they're going core. They're going core. They're going to end the game. Yes, web weavers are still alive. 1 fort's gone. Second one at the top is also gonna get destroyed. But with level 20 and everything they have, they're gonna try and finish it right here, right now. 10 seconds for Maiev. They are looking at the kill too. Shield is about to be removed, and they want victory. They want to go to the losers bracket final. They want to make it further. They want to hit the grand final. They want to win it all, and they still have a chance. Team BananaH, on the other hand, they are eliminated, and they take 4th place here at the RavenCourt tournament as they lose the series against Team Ultralisk. GG.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description, and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.